And I hope all Kenyans should call out the 40 members of National Assembly who objected the passing of finance bill. Because that bill is supposed to raise money to do development in their constituencies and in our counties. And in fact, going into the future, such members of parliament, their constituencies should receive zero development. Because it cannot be that they are undermining the raising of revenue to finance development in their constituencies, and then want to benefit. You cannot have your cake and eat it. And therefore they remain as betrayers, they are traitors, they are cowards. They should have voted to support that finance bill. So those 40 members of National Assembly who objected or voted no, they have betrayed the trust of Kenyans in terms of raising necessary revenue and resources to build schools, to build roads, to build hospitals, to build markets, to build affordable housing, to ensure that we raise enough resources to finance our development agenda. And despite that they voted no, our road to Singapore is unstoppable. And you saw the numbers that we had in the National Assembly. We shall push, even in the appropriation bill that they passed there. I want to congratulate, because now the supplementary 2 will finance and ensure that money released for financing of road projects. In Nandi, I have a number of roads that needs to be financed. Nandi, Simaki, Cheptewel, all the way to Rakateko, to Kaibon, to Talai. There is one that is from Timorwa, all the way to Timbre, to Kisumu, Mamboleo, all the way to Aldai. I need one from Jepkoge. We need to finance this Mausami Road, which for us who come from Western Kenya, we sleep on the road when we are going to Christmas. But if road of Mausami Road will be complete, we will take 4 hours to our work, and we will extend it to Western Kenya. And like from other regions where people even have lunch in Nairobi and sleep in their houses, as we are stuck in the road. Why is it that when we want to raise money to build another part of this country, it becomes politics? You see, the road from here is Isiolo, all the way to Tarbaj, Mogadishu, Ulamawe, to Wachia. We need money to fund. This is the time people from northern Kenya are being part of Kenyans. Why is it that there are people, and it is very unfortunate, and call out the former impeached deputy president. And I think one person we should give him the head of state commendation, CBS, head of Golden Heart, and all the national runners should be one Mweki Mutuse Komas. Because he saved us from a disaster in this country by bringing impeachment against the former impeached deputy president. The propaganda, the hate that is spewing there and saying, how does he want the government to finance his projects if we cannot raise revenue? How does he want government to finance development if we cannot do supplementary budget to unlock? And remember, Mount Kenya region is receiving 500 million plus towards Mau Mau roads that will cover. We want to extend the road beyond Nyeri Makutano all the way to Embu, to Meru, so that we decongest this road. And yet he comes out and says, the government, the people who voted no are the heroes. How can they be heroes when they are undermining development? And that is why we are always right. We impeach them. And even if the court said rule otherwise, that he should not we will continue impeaching him. And I know even God in heaven has impeached him, because he's undermining the growth and the road to Singapore. With those many remarks, have a great afternoon. God bless you. Thank you very much.
One question. You seem to be, like the government, MPs or members of parliament seem to be so much determined on revenue at the expense of what the normal human to go through in terms of shouldering that. It does taxes, the revenue does taxes at the cost of ordinary Kenyans. And that's where the other MPs were saying people are already overburdened by taxes. But you people seem to be more into getting revenue than what the ordinary man is going to do.
No, I think, Julius, I think if you saw, we dropped a number of proposals in the finance bill we amended. It is normal taxes, there is no increment in tax. You remember even we are giving tax amnesty in this bill. We are giving a lot of the tax has not been reviewed upwards. In fact, it has been reviewed upwards. And you remember even in the issue of payee and other matters that came up, that is under review and consideration by the National Assembly. So where I can sit and I agree with you, there is in this finance bill 2026, there is no increase in taxation of Kenyans. What has happened is to ensure that just we need compliance. And you have even there are people who are doing tax evasion. Those are some of the amendments we needed to do to ensure each and every Kenyan person. In fact, the biggest problem in this country is tax evasion and the issue of wastage and spending and corruption. And that is why now, after this financing, we need now to curtail on wastage and the issue of corruption and the issue of tax evasion, so that Kenyans can get value for their money. Thank you very much and enjoy your weekends. Umesikia hii city ni city ya sherehe. All the best.